The Indiana Fever did finish the WNBA preseason undefeated.
Indiana Fever preseason has officially come, and it has officially gone.
No one saw this coming. The Indiana Fever just tore through the WNBA preseason with a perfect 3-0 record. But this wasn't just about wins on paper. This run revealed injuries, arguments, and unexpected breakout stars that turned a simple preseason into a potential preview of something historic. Caitlin Clark may have entered the league with the spotlight already blinding, but in Indiana's final warm-up before the real games begin, everything nearly fell apart. Injury scares, locker room whispers, and tension boiling over in-game. It had all the makings of a regular season thriller, but what happened next may have changed the entire dynamic of this Fever squad going forward. From logo threes to last-second heroics, and a shocking technical foul that revealed more than just frustration, this story is way bigger than a few preseason victories. This is about a team forming an identity, fast, one that's fiery, fearless, and suddenly very deep. So what really happened during this undefeated run, and what does it all mean heading into the season opener? Let's dive in.
The Indiana Fever close out the preseason 3-0, victory against the Mystics, victory against the Brazilian national team, and another victory this afternoon against the Atlanta Dream.
Just 24 hours before tip-off against the Atlanta Dream, panic swept through the Fever fan base. Caitlin Clark, rookie phenom, college basketball legend, and the centerpiece of Indiana's rebuild, had gone down during practice. Reports began surfacing of a collision with a practice player that left her limping and sitting out drills. It was not just any collision, she had taken contact to the same leg that had already shown signs of strain, a silent gym, a paused practice, and Clark clutching her knee while medical staff rushed in. Fever fans were glued to their phones, scrolling endlessly for updates. Social media exploded with rumors. Would Clark miss her final preseason game? Would she be available for opening night? Speculation spiraled. Some claimed it was minor, others were not so sure, and with Indiana already 2-0 in the preseason, the final game meant more than just pride. It was a full team test under pressure. Then came the update. Clark would play. Not only that, she would start. The relief was instant, but what came next shocked everyone even more.
When I watch the Fever, even when they're not at their best, one thing I can't help but think is that they're just going to run teams off the floor and destroy them with their firepower. They just have so many players that can beat you and can score. And, you know, Dewana Bonner didn't even start this game. Sophie Cunningham started in her place.
If Clark was hurt, she did not show it. From the opening possession, it was clear she was not playing it safe. Her second shot, a three-pointer from near the logo that had fans on their feet and Atlanta defenders shaking their heads. The crowd reaction said it all. This was not just a good shot. This was a statement. Clark's range has always been elite, but now it looks even longer. WNBA analyst Robin Lundberg summed it up perfectly. She is shooting the deep ones like they are nothing. She finished with 13 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds in just 23 minutes. But the box score did not tell the full story. Clark controlled tempo, bent defenses with her gravity, and found open teammates even while facing double teams. It was fearless, fluid basketball, and it sent one message loud and clear. Clark was here, and she was not waiting to adjust to the pros. She was dictating the terms. But as brilliant as Clark was, someone else stole the fourth quarter spotlight, Lexie Hull. You might not know her name yet. Hull, once a quiet bench player, exploded in Indiana's preseason finale. When the Fever needed clutch plays, it was not Clark who took over, it was Hull. She dropped 11 of her 14 points in the fourth quarter alone. Mid-range jumpers, fearless drives, defensive stops. Hull did it all. She even split 2 defenders on a slick layup that had the announcers calling it the play of the game. This was not a fluke. Hull had been building toward this moment. She had spent the offseason competing in the unrivaled 3-on-3 league, sharpening her defense, timing, and playmaking under pressure. Coach Stephanie White called her one of the team's hardest workers and said her confidence was finally matching her skill. But most important, the team trusted her. They gave her the ball when it mattered most, and she delivered. Hull's rise might be the biggest preseason surprise in the league.
Coach just mentioned you've been limited in practice this week. Just how are you kind of working back from that leg injury?
Yeah, I think taking my time. I feel really good, honestly, and excited to get out there and play again tomorrow. Work on things that we need to work on, and yeah, Maria's been great. Our medical staff has been really helpful. So, but I feel really good, honestly.
Midway through the second quarter, we saw a different side of Caitlin Clark. After a missed call led to an Atlanta fast break, Clark slammed the ball off the hoop stand in frustration. The whistle blew immediately. Technical foul. It was the kind of moment that could unravel a rookie. Public mistake, emotional reaction, tension rising. But what happened next was even more telling. Sophie Cunningham, one of the team's veterans, walked over, calmly pulled Clark aside, and diffused the situation before it could escalate. That quiet moment showed something deeper than stats. It showed leadership, respect, and chemistry. Cunningham did not scold Clark. She supported her, and Clark listened. This is not just a group of players thrown together. This is a team already looking out for each other, even in the heat of competition.
You know, there's no reason to overdo anything right now. It's been the beginning of the season. Still don't play here for another week, so, but the last 2 days have been really, really good for myself.
You know what started? What caused it to get her?
I don't. Probably just a little too much basketball. I think, you know, I love being in the gym, but I think understanding like when to be in the gym and, you know, when to recover and things like that. So I think just finding a balance and obviously just getting back into the swing of things. But yeah, it was nothing major or anything like that.
Ironically, Cunningham would soon face a test of her own. In the third quarter, she went up for a rebound and landed awkwardly on a defender's foot. She instantly limped to the sideline, clearly in pain. The initial report? A right ankle injury. No testing had been done yet, listed as doubtful to return. The team's preseason chemistry suddenly faced its first real test. Losing Cunningham would hurt, not just for her scoring or defense, but for her leadership, toughness, and energy.
Notice something even more impressive.
Post-game, Coach White shared Cunningham's own words. "I will be fine." And while she was already in the cold tub after the game, her status for the regular season opener remains uncertain. Still, this is the WNBA. Nothing comes easy, and Indiana is not built to fold. They are built to adapt.
Guards it. So second attempt, same spot, same result for Maya Caldwell. That's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her first of the...
What caught insiders off guard was not just Hull's performance. It was her connection with Clark. During the final quarter, the two guards played off each other like they had been teammates for years. Quick give and goes, backdoor cuts, skip passes across the court. Clark trusted Hull to be in the right spot, and Hull did not just meet expectations, she exceeded them. That kind of chemistry does not usually appear this early in a season, let alone the preseason. But Clark and Hull looked like a deadly duo in the making, and if that connection continues to grow, it could unlock an entirely new level of offense for the Fever.
Of Natasha Howard gets the bucket. Step back triple. Delphi Mitchell. Well, that's Caitlin Clark, top of the key, and drains her triple.
Let us be clear, going 3-0 in preseason does not mean a championship is coming, but it does mean something. It means this team can win without everything going perfectly. It means depth. It means roles are evolving faster than expected. And it means Clark is not carrying this team alone. Coach White emphasized how valuable it has been to test different lineups, rotations, and combinations early. She praised her bench for stepping up and noted the team's defensive intensity and assist-to-turnover ratios improving game by game. In her words, even when it is not always pretty, it is progress. That progress is visible, and it is turning heads.
And now BG says she's rediscovered her love for the game, saying Atlanta reminds me of home. I'm back in the South, and this was the best decision of my life.
She is completely fine, just needing rest, so we will not see her for the rest of this ball game.
Yeah, we can't give out all our weapons.
Turnover as Matt Caldwell got a little too deep.
So what is next? On May 17th, the Fever opened their season at home against the Chicago Sky on national television, and they will do so not just with momentum, but with a chip on their shoulder. The league is watching Clark. Opponents are game planning, but what they might not expect is everything else Indiana is building behind the scenes. Hull's confidence, Cunningham's fire, a deepening bench, and a coach who is not afraid to tweak, experiment, and push this young group beyond what anyone thought possible. This preseason was not just about wins, it was about revealing what is possible when talent, chemistry, and urgency collide. No one is planning a parade, but make no mistake, the Indiana Fever just put the rest of the WNBA on notice. This team is not waiting to compete, they are ready now. So if you are excited for the season to start, drop a comment below and say, I have got the fever. Like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. You will not want to miss what is coming next.